Hello, potassium people. Welcome back to another Banana Bites where I'm eating this banana and asking Valve to please add the strange second banana to Team Fortress 2. Now, as usual, before I eat this banana, I just want to talk a little bit about something I was thinking about. Specifically, I was thinking about friends and enemies. What I think is so interesting about this concept, even though it's a tale as old as time, is that it is significantly easier to have enemies than it is to have friends, just by definition alone. Because an enemy is, at minimum, a one sided relationship. You could be enemies with someone. Like, back in elementary school, I was an enemy with some guy who would pick his nose all the time. I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. I hated this guy. And you know what? He didn't even know I existed. But when we'd go out, play basketball in the courts or whatever, I'd always be like, oh, I got to win against this guy. It didn't matter to him. It was just a game, right? And yet, for friends, it's a mutual relationship. Both of you have to, in some form, and it doesn't have to be equal, but both of you have to respect each other and have some sort of positive connection, right? And I think that's so interesting because at the end of the day, most people, at least from what I've seen and from what I've viewed of the world, most people have more friends than they do enemies. Even though, by all accounts, it should be the opposite. What I think is especially interesting is that the inverse kind of takes place in our minds, right? And maybe I'm alone on this. So maybe I'm just talking about myself. But I feel like this happens with a lot of people where you do some sort of action and you regret it, and then you sort of turn into the enemy of yourself. And it's difficult, really, to deal with that sort of situation. It could be that you ate something you weren't supposed to. It could be that you didn't study when you were supposed to. It could be that you had hopes, that you believed in a dream, and you gave up. And now you just can't bear to see who you are right now. And yet, it should be really easy to be friends or to be a friend to yourself. You know exactly what you want. You know the things that you're supposed to be doing that are good for you or that are good to pursue. And yet, there's that disconnect. What's interesting is that when you have an enemy, you do most everything you can to sabotage them. And when you have a friend, if they're a good friend, and if you're a good friend, you try and do what you can to help them out. So, why is it that's so difficult to be friends with ourselves? No, it's so easy, at least comparatively, be friends with others, people we connect with. And maybe it's because since we know ourselves a little too much, and because we see a world full of choices of each individual that we meet, that we see, maybe it's that we just have another part of ourselves. Someone who just doesn't exist, has never existed. And we just want to be friends with them. But we can't be them. can't be friends with them. Because, quite frankly, they're an ever changing form of thought. And because we can't achieve this ideal self, or maybe it's not even ideal. Maybe that's why we're often enemies with ourselves and live with some regret. But with that in mind, I'm trying to be a friend to myself. I do that by eating a banana every day, asking for a little something from a corporation who could be my friend, but they're sometimes more like an enemy. But you never know. But again, it's strange. Strange, like a strange second banana could be. As to why we don't agree with ourselves until we have a purpose or some goal or some reason to get up and to try and push ourselves. Be a friend. Well, banana time. This is a big banana. Tastes pretty good though. Oh man, that was a huge banana. Okay. Well, potassium people, I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye.